Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Zaphod, and today we're going to be making some really hot shit. Now, the very first thing that you're going to want to do is you want to get a cutting board. The very second thing that you're going to want to do is you want to get some sort of cutting instrument. Here I'm using this thing. My machine just beeped. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this thing. It's got a shitload of buttons and it doesn't really indicate when it's done, so I haven't really been able to properly use it yet. But back on the subject here, this is, it's called an ulu. It's a very special, fancy knife. What's up? It's from Alaska. Now, the Eskimos invented this, and they figured out that if you have a curved knife that you can hold in your hand like this, as opposed to, just for reference, get what you would typically consider a kitchen knife. It will be something like this, right? And you do a chopping motion like that, right? And then you chop up your shit that you're trying to chop that way. But this thing is much more effective because you just go like this, and you don't ever have to lift it off, and you just keep rocking back and forth. And we'll be using it today for all of our cutting. It's pretty much all that I've used for cutting things since I got it. It's a very, very nice piece of equipment. I'm very happy to have it in my possession. So, without any further ado, let's get started. First ingredient you're going to want to get is an onion. Now, to properly prepare an onion for cooking, you got to remove the outermost layer, this most flaky layer right here. You feel that? Yeah, you got to get rid of that. We got to get rid of it on the whole onion. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on its side, and I'm going to take the ulu. Oh, it's difficult. There's some difficulty involved with this. Make sure you don't chop off your finger, because you need that. And we're just going to try and... I really need to get like a tripod thing for my phone so that I can do this show with both hands. But we'll be back in just a sec. Okie dokie. So what we did there is we held it like this, and we just sliced it right down there. We chopped off this end piece and this end piece. And we're gonna get rid of those right there. Actually, let's grab a paper towel from the paper towel thingy. All right, like that, just like so, and then plop those guys on there so that we're not dirtying up the countertop. Then, what you're going to do is you're just going to go around and you're going to peel off this outermost onion layer. And the reason we're getting rid of this outer layer is because it's the outer layer. The same reason that you peel carrots, same reason you peel potatoes, same reason you peel oranges. The outside layer here is the layer that has been abused in shipping and handling and by the elements while the thing was growing. So onions come out of the ground, right? Like... that was a weird sound that just came in from outside. Onions come out of the ground, and the ground is made of dirt, right? So these things are just sitting in the dirt for their whole lives. And you really don't want to eat... You don't want to be... Well, I don't want to be eating all that dirt. Maybe you do. But I'm getting rid of this outer layer of the onion. And there we go. So that's going to be about the thickness of the layer that you're trying to get rid of. There's this thin skin stuff, and then there's like an actual layer right there in my hand. And we're going to... There we go, just like that, we've removed the outer layer of the onion, as well as the top and bottom bits that we also do not want to eat because they're made of onion hair? That's what I'm calling it. Anyways, now it's time to demonstrate how to use an ulu. So first thing you do is you just chop the thing. It's really good to keep it extra sharp, so get a knife sharpener. I don't have one yet because I haven't had to sharpen it yet because it's real sharp. But once I do need to sharpen it, I will be getting a knife sharpening block and doing it proper like. We're going to just, like, this is basically how you do it. Boop, and boop, and boop, and boop. And we're going to do that for the whole onion. And it really makes it a lot easier. It's a lot easier to do this with one hand than it is to do a traditional, like, American kitchen knife with one hand. I'm kind of sliding my phone off to the side, and that's because I'm focused on the actual thing that I'm doing and not on the screen, which is another reason that I need a tripod for this phone. So maybe, if you guys are lucky, the next episode will be not hand cam. It'll be this phone still, but on a tripod. You know, maybe. Probably not, though, because I'm pretty sure I've been saying that since, like, I don't know, a long time ago episodes. Probably back when I was still living in Portland. Anyways, you just want to keep doing it, and keep chopping, and we'll be back when we're done chopping. One Pyrex bowl, how much does that say it can hold? I think that's 300 milliliters of onion is how much we got right here. And we chopped it all up on here using the fancy Eskimo knife, and we went like this just to make it real fine. And now we've got a teary-eyed Zaph because it's onions, and we've got 300 milliliters of onions. So we're gonna get another one of these, and the next ingredient we're gonna grab is an avocado. And guess what? We're actually gonna grab 3 avocados because they were on sale for 3 for $3 at the grocery store. So we got 3 of them, and we're gonna basically do the same thing. You've seen me open up avocados many times on this channel, but you've never seen me do it with the Eskimo knife. Now, what you want to do is you just kind of want to get it in there, and then treat it like a normal knife when you're chopping an avocado. So go ahead and pop them open. Alright, once you've done the same to your avocado supply that you did to your onion supply, this ended up being like most of one avocado because they were sitting around for a while and they weren't in the best condition on the inside, but this stuff looks good and we're going to cook it anyways, so it doesn't really matter. The next thing that you're going to do is come back to your cutting board, and this time we're going to grab some spiced ham, aka Spam. We're actually going to grab 2 cans. Now this one is bacon, and this one is hickory smoke flavored, and we're just going to open them up, and we're going to chop them. So if you've never seen Spam opened before, what you do is you just pull the tab thingy, and then you lift it, sort of like you do any kind of can, really. And we'll open these and be right back. All right, here we've got 2 blocks of Spam, and we're just going to chop these bad boys just like we did with the onions and the avocados. We're going to dice them up into little chunks, so we'll be back when that's done. Alright, once we've got our onions and our avocados and our spiced ham all diced up and in bowls, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, this is a pot. It's the closest thing that I have to a gigantic bowl, and we're going to put a bunch of eggs in it. You've seen me open eggs 100.5 times on this channel, so I'm only going to show you the first one here. You just kind of squinch it open like that, plop those pieces in there, and then you just do that for all the other ones, and keep going until this thing's full of egg. Alright, once we've got all these eggs cracked open up in here, you're going to take a whisk, and you're just going to whisk it. Whisk it real good. And I'm using a plastic whisk here. That's because I love cancer, and I want to die. But if you got a metal whisk, or a wooden whisk, or like a fork, or you could even use your fingers if you really wanted to. That would all be perfectly acceptable. So you just want to whisk and whisk and whisk until it's kind of a, I just got a little bit in my eyeball. No, it's okay. I don't feel it anymore, so I'm sure it's fine. You just want to keep whisking, and then when you got it about this consistency, you want to bring it over here to the water. You just want to give it a little, just about that much water. And then we're going to keep whisking. We're going to whisk until it's nice and consistent all the way through, and we'll be back when that's done. Come on, there we go. We've got these eggs. They're nice and whipped. They're all bubbly, and that's good. We're going to take some pepper. We're just going to pepper it a little bit. That's good. We're going to take some salt. We're going to salt it up. And now you see eggs, well, these eggs at least, came from chickens, because that's what I was able to find at the store. And chickens are poultry, so we're going to take some poultry seasoning, and we're just going to open it on up, and we're going to put some of that in there too. That should be plenty. And we're going to go back to whisking just a little bit, just to get it all those spices mixed up in there. Now you might think, oh, you got perfectly enough spice in your spiced ham over here. You don't need to be spicing your eggs, but listen, I tell you what. We need to be spicing the eggs, and that's just how we're gonna have to do it. So we're mixing this on up, and at this point we have finished preparing all of the ingredients for this episode. So we can go ahead and start moving stuff off here, putting stuff over there. So we've got to go over here. We've got spiced eggs. We've got spiced ham. We've got a little bit of avocado. We have 300 milliliters of onions. Now, what you're going to do here is you're going to take a pan like this one. My computer just made a sound. Someone came online and said doo-doo-doo, and we're going to try and turn the light on, surface light, and it's not working. I may have possibly thrown the breaker for that. Yeah, I did. Look at that. That's microwave number 15 right there. Alright, and coming back this way. Alright, and look at that. Now we got stuff and we just want surface light. Boom. Now we got even extra light up in here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to turn it on to, well, let's do 6. Why not? And we're going to take a little bit of vegetable oil and just peel this thing, I guess. Come on. Get on off of there. There we go. Alright. I'm just going to put the vegetable oil right there on the pan. Like that right there. Spread that around. Alright. Then we're going to take our eggs that we prepared and we're going to put a little bit in here. Not all of it, but that much, I'm thinking, should be good for the first go around. That was maybe half of the eggs, actually. So we're going to take the spiced ham, and we're just going to put about half of that in there too. So just go until you feel like you've probably done half. Just like a little bit more, a little bit more. That's probably about half the spiced ham. We've got too much spiced ham and not enough eggs, so this will be a spiced ham heavy recipe. But it's okay. Then you're going to take your avocados. You're going to put about half of them in there. Just like that. A little bit. There we go. That's about half of the avocados that we had available. You're going to take your onions. You do the same thing with these bad boys right here. Just like that. We're putting in about half of everything here. Like that right there. And that right there. Now I'm going to take a moment here just to give a little YouTube shout out to a different YouTube channel. It's not a cooking channel. It's a completely unrelated YouTube channel. It's called Craftsman Steady Craftsing. It's a very comfy channel, and if you're ever having difficulty falling asleep, I would definitely suggest that you go watch Craftsman Steady Craftsing. And he will serenade you with his voice and teach you some cool stuff, and it'll also knock you the heck out, man. I swear, every single time I've started watching some Craftsman videos, I've ended up asleep, which, you know, can be a good thing and a bad thing sometimes. But we're going to move these ingredients aside, and we're going to start cooking, and we're going to need some sort of spatula-like device. Where do we put the spatula in here? Where's the spatula? Do I still have this? I got rid of most of my kitchen stuff when I moved, and I might have got rid of the spatula. I got this spatula, but where's like a flat spatula that you would use on like a pancake or something? We might not have one anymore, so next trip to the store I'll have to get a flat spatula. I could have sworn I kept one though. Oh well. So we're gonna have to just use a wooden spoon. If anybody starts acting uppity, you can hit them with this. It's a very good extra use for a wooden spoon. And we're gonna mix this all together and let it cook. Alright, this is where it gets tricky. You see this bit? It's all done cooked up and good. We're gonna remove it from the heat. We're gonna move that out of the way because it's gonna get in the way. We're gonna move this out of the way, and we're gonna move this out of the way, and we're gonna move this out of the way, and all this stuff is gonna end up in the trash. Alright, this is gonna go back on here, just like that right there. And then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna grab some plastic, again, because I love cancer and dying, and we're gonna put this in here, and we've got several of these So we're just going to keep doing it until all this is in plastic. Alright, that was 2 plastics worth right there, and we still got half the ingredients left, so we're going to do it all again in instant replay. Step 1, put your thing on the heat. Step 2, put your eggs. Ah, my hand is hot. That's really hot on my hand. Cool beans. Alright, why is that so hot? I need to get some sort of thing to hold it because I'm going to burn my hands if I keep touching that. So you grab a thing, and you grab up your eggs just like that right there, and just dump them. Boom. Now this pan, you may notice, is warped pretty badly, and that's because somebody had a habit of taking the pan right off of the heat and putting it under water, which warps metal. Anyways, add your other ingredients and then let it cook some more. Alright, so we've got 4 plastic cancer containers full of the food. We've made 1 plate for tonight, and basically using this we'll be able to not have to pay for food 4 times, and we've just prepared these meals, and they should hold for at least 4 days. So I'll eat those at work coming up here, and I'll eat this now because I'm hungry and I need to eat dinner. So let's try and get a little bit of everything on the first bite here. Looks like we got some spiced ham, we got some egg, and let's hunt. There's a little piece of avocado. There we go. So we got avocado, we got egg, and we got spiced ham all in 1 bite. You know, that's actually pretty good. I'm looking forward to eating this for the next couple of days, and I'm also looking forward to editing and uploading this video for you guys to watch. So thanks for tuning in for this episode of Cooking with Zaphod. Don't forget to tune in next time, and as always, don't forget to share this video on worldstarhiphop.com.